German roots of an American politician. Donald Trump was born back in 1946 in Queens, USA. He comes from an ordinary family, but with German roots. Trump's parents were not Americans. Moreover, his surname is translated as Trump card. It is thanks to this translation that Trump is very proud of his last name. It is also known that she has German roots. In German, Trump sounds like Trumpf. Actually, there is a certain similarity with Trump. The name of the legendary personality was given by the maternal grandfather. First, skyscraper. From childhood, Donald was interested in the topic of construction. The first skyscraper was built by a boy at the age of 8. No, not real, but from constructor blocks. But in order to do this, the resourceful guy had to negotiate with his older brother, because Donald did not have his own set of constructors. More precisely, it was not enough. The first skyscraper built by Trump was taller than he was. For the strength and reliability of the structure, the guy connected the blocks together with glue. The main vocation is the construction industry. A childhood love of building has grown into something more. And already in 1964, Trump decided that he wanted to devote his life to construction and real estate. What did he do for this? Successfully entered the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania. Immediately after graduation, the guy went to work. He took his place in the company of his father. It is worth noting that in the Trump family, despite the high income, all children began to earn their first money as school children. Their parents instilled in them the right values. Therefore, the first position in the company of the father was only a starting point. In 1971, the future US president took over and renamed the company the Trump Organization. But the project proved controversial. In 1973, the organization was accused of discrimination against blacks. The manager managed to achieve success in the negotiation process, and the company was not closed. One step to war. In 1958, Trump could have been in the war that broke out in Vietnam, but at that time, the guy was studying and regularly took student referrals. And in 1968, he was declared unfit for military service. Therefore, the issue of military registration and participation in hostilities were in question. Conquering Forbes. It's hard to imagine, but already at the age of 27, Trump was very popular and got into the Forbes list. In 1982, his fortune was $200 million. The young guy has achieved tremendous success. At 27, he owned over 14,000 apartments. Buying a world-famous hotel. Trump decided not to stop there, and in 1988, he purchased the popular Plaza Hotel. It was erected back in 1907. It was here that the famous series of children's books by Eloise K. Thompson was screened. And of course, this hotel became a key hotel in the movie Home Alone 2, as well as other cult films. The Miss Universe pageant is his brainchild. A talented person is talented in everything, and this is true. From 1996 to 2015, Trump owned the rights to the Miss USA pageant. He was also the owner of the Miss Universe pageant. Not in vain, many friends and acquaintances note that Trump has tender feelings for all the fairer sex and especially appreciates beauty contests. Only one of them had some trouble. Trump had to leave Miss Universe with a scandal. What happened? Trump has spoken negatively about Mexican immigrants. As you remember, earlier, he had a scandal because of a harsh statement about blacks. Pay the tax, close the public debt. In 1999, America found itself in a quandary. The United States had a serious public debt. In order to cope with the problem, Trump offered all US millionaires to pay a one-time tax of 14.25%. According to Donald's calculations, this amount was enough for the full repayment of the national debt. Only now his impulse was not appreciated. Own show. Trump has always had a lot of ideas. In 2003, he opened his new TV show called The Candidate. It is noteworthy that he himself was a producer, presenter, and screenwriter. The main feature of the show was that all the participants were kicked out under the phrase "you're fired." Overnight, Trump even tried to patent this phrase, but he did not succeed. The first season of the show brought Trump quite a good profit. One series, $50,000. But since the second season, revenue has rapidly increased to $3 million per episode. Only top presenters received such money. For 14 seasons of the popular show, the future president managed to earn more than $200 million. The show The Candidate brought Trump not only good revenue, but also a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It is noteworthy that this is the only politician who has a star. Own vodka. Trump is an extraordinary person with a constant tone of ideas, and one of them was the opening of their own production for the creation of vodka. It is noteworthy that the politician himself doesn't smoke, does not drink, and does not abuse any addictions. The idea with vodka shoot quickly, but failed just as instantly. In 2006, a liquor called Trump appeared on store shelves, but already in 2011, production was closed. UK travel ban. In 2016, the issue of banning Trump from entering the UK was openly discussed. Can you guess the reason? That's right, the reason for this decision was a negative statement towards Muslims. How many such statements have already been do not count. But in most cases, scandals involving Trump are associated with negative statements in someone's direction. By the way, the online petition was never approved. Therefore, Donald had every right to enter the territory of Britain. Inappropriate sexual behavior. Trump became famous not only for his sharp words. In 2016, more than 24 women testified openly against the president. Everyone accused Trump of inappropriate sexual behavior. There have been many such accusations over the past 30 years. Whether this was true or not is unknown. There is no direct evidence for this. Hairstyle like a business card. There is not a single person who would not pay attention to Trump's hairstyle. In the meantime, she is his calling card. Donald does not change his hairstyle for a long time, but his wife cuts his hair. It can be said with accuracy that his hairstyle is the most famous in the whole world. It is noteworthy that Trump not only rarely cuts his hair, but also practically doesn't care for his hair. He uses a budget shampoo and doesn't use a hair dryer at all. Age is not a hindrance to the presidency. Trump took over as president at the age of 70, and who said that there are restrictions for such a position? Trump has become America's oldest president. Earlier, Ronald Reagan was the record holder at an honorable age. Trump successfully broke this record. And now the absolute record holder is Joe Biden, but that's a completely different story. The Trump family are successful people. In the Trump family, all successful individuals. This applies not only to siblings, but also to children. The most famous is the daughter Ivanka Trump, who holds the post of model and at the same time writes books. Trump believes in conspiracy theories. Despite his success and development in many areas of activity, Trump believes in conspiracy theories. He believes that vaccinating people increases the likelihood of developing serious diseases, including autism. In his opinion, the more consecutive vaccinations, the more autists. Trump believes that vaccination is not only optional, it is even dangerous. And in the end, the cult of purity. Donald Trump is obsessed with cleanliness. He dislikes contact with other people and hates handshakes. And due to his popularity and position, he has to come into contact with other personalities regularly. What to do? Trump has to constantly carry wet wipes with him and wipe his hands after each handshake. He also uses napkins to press the elevator button. After all, it is on the buttons that there is a huge amount of germs. This is Donald Trump, a successful and somewhat strange politician.